Welcome to Plus One, the podcast where your hosts dig deep, but not just into medicine.
Each week, we sit down with a fascinating physician, peeling back the layers of their career, their passions, and the stories that they don't put in their charts.
But wait, there's a twist. They don't come alone. Every guest brings a surprise plus one. Someone who shaped their journey, challenged their thinking, or just makes their life more interesting.
Is it a mentor? A patient? Their hairdresser who knows where the secrets are hidden? We never know until they walk in.
I'm Dr. Paul Glisson.
And I'm Dr. Jessica Kirk.
And this is Plus One.
I'm really excited about our guest today.
Me too. What's got you the most excited, you think?
Well, this is a person that at work I feel like has a very academic, serious, front-facing kind of personality. Like they're a natural leader of their colleagues and they're very serious.
Yeah.
But I have heard little tidbits, breadcrumbs, if you will, about this person having a totally different side outside of work, like a creative, artsy, cool side. And I'm A, curious to see if those rumors are true, and B, I really want to get into the details.
Yeah. I had the feeling that all this professionalism is fake.
It's just a front
for
his creative side.
It's like conditions of his parole or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard some really interesting little glimpses into this person's life.
Well, we don't know who our plus one's going to be this month, but beforehand, I was given a set list of some music that I should listen to kind of get me in the mood to talk to our guests. So let's see.
Man, that sounds awesome. Why didn't I get a set list?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I didn't. Don't you use an Android?
Oh, man, the Android strikes again.
I know. It's an Apple podcast. It's an Apple, Apple
It's
iTunes.
Like the only excuse you could have come up with, and it was right there. That was perfect. All right, so you ready to introduce our guest?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Wendell Erdman.
Hey, Wendell, excited to have you here. Welcome.
All right, thank you. We'll see how this goes.
This is it. You made it. This is it.
He looks doubtful, but I think we're going to change his mind.
You only know half of it. Yeah, I'm pretty doubtful. We'll see how this goes.
All right, well, welcome. We're so excited to have you as our fourth guest. And tell us what you do at the hospital, both in your day job and your leadership.
Okay, so I'm a hospitalist. I work across the system, so I'm on all three hospitals, Thomas, Infirmary, and Bay Minette. And then I'm a couple other things. I'm a secretary treasurer right now of the house staff. I'm core faculty in the residency program. I'm also chief of staff at Big Infirmary until January this year. I'm quality chair.
You've been in leadership at both places.
Right.
So how do you let the folks at Infirmary know that you hate being over there?
Yeah, and that you like Thomas best.
I've been in Infirmary for 24 years.
Yeah.
Straight out of residency. I've only been at Thomas for 5.
So that's like a Class C felony, I think.
It's probably years. Probably true.
You're almost done with your sentence. What are you going to do when you get out?
Actually, it does feel like a sentence that'll be in January. The chief of staff job is a lot more difficult than you might think.
I do feel like it's wild, though, that he works at both hospitals, because I feel like I see him working every day at Thomas.
I know. He's everywhere.
The trick is that everybody thinks you're there all the time. That's the trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if they don't see you for a couple of days, you're like, I was just in the bathroom. or you ask somebody to meet with you and you know they can't. You're like, hey, can you meet me today at 2 o'clock? And you know they can't. So you're like, oh, well, I guess we'll do it tomorrow when I already know that I'm going to be there.
Right, yeah.
All right, so you've been at Infirmary 24 years, and you said you came straight out of residency?
I did.
Okay. And where did you do your residency and med school?
I'm a intellectually inbred, South Alabama undergrad, residency med school. I did med peds there. So
and then didn't go to South to work at all.
Did not go to South to work. Came straight to Infirmary. Because
only like an idiot would do that.
Right. That's right.
I know. He's the brains of the
operation.
Who would do that?
Who would do that, Dr. Kirk?
Who would go there?
I know.
That's where careers go to die.
And I started mine there, which was a hurdle and a half.
Yeah. So how did you get pulled into the ER?
I landed in the ER as a temporary measure. And then I think over the next 10 years, what I realized that I really wanted to do was physician leadership. Did other things outside of ER, started this model hospitalist program in Bay Minette, case management, stuff like that. So we kind of experimented and dabbled.
Yeah. So tell us about your involvement with the residency.
Yeah. How is it to have residents back on your rounds?
Yeah, so we've been doing it for 5 years, I guess, something like that. And I wasn't real sure that I would have a lot to teach the residents, but then you realize there's this rubber meets the road moment where they've learned everything in med school, but they haven't really applied it at all. So that application is kind of what residency is, I think. And yeah, it's been great. So
you said that you did your med school and your residency at South, and you're from the area, right?
I'm from Mobile, yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you go to high school?
BC Rain High School, the Red Raiders.
Go Red Raiders.
What?
That's right, Red Raiders.
Okay.
Where did you live out by the fairground, or where'd you live?
Oh, no, it's DIP.
Oh,
DIP,
yeah. You might be the only person I know from BC Rain.
That's probably true if you know doctors.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not a lot of doctors. Not a lot of doctors from BC Rain.
Noted.
There is one. There's one doctor that came out of, well, there's actually one in my class that moved out of town, but there was one doctor ahead of me, and that is Gary Phillips.
Really?
Yes. Head of Cardiology Associates.
Wow.
Wow.
I brought that up with him before that, hey, let me tell you something we have in common. We both went to BC Rain High School. And he just turns around and walks away.
He's blocking that memory.
He's not.
he's not socially.
I'm not so sure he's proud to be a Red Raider, but I don't really think we should put anything we've talked about yet in the podcast. 'Cause I'm not intellectually inbred. Forget that.
We'll see how you feel.
BC Rain is a fantastic institution that luminaries have come out of.
3 thumbs up. Yep. Okay, so Wendell, would you like to tell us who you brought with you today and what kind of insight they might provide into your outside of work life?
Yeah.
Okay, so I brought my best friend, who's a best friend given by God, my biological brother, Eric Erdman.
Welcome, Eric.
Welcome,
Thank
Eric.
you.
So I've known him for a little while.
Eric, do you live over on this side of the bay, or how close do y'all live to each other?
I do not. I live on the DIP.
Heck yeah.
Really?
Yes, I do.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah. Wrote a song about it.
Yeah. Like to hear it. Here it go. Is that where you were going?
Yes. Yeah. Eric wrote a song about it. Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about what you've heard about your role here today and what secrets you're going to tell us about Wendell.
Well, Wendell just asked if I'd come be on a podcast with him as his +1. And per like most of my life, I basically just, whatever he would do, I would just follow along. No, I don't mean that in any kind of weird way. He's just always my role model and my big brother, and kind of led the way wherever he was going. I always just kind of followed. And it's even though we seems to have drastically diverted, I always make the joke. I was like, my mom had 2 sons, one's a doctor, one's a musician, holding down both ends of the tax bracket. But, but we're really not that dissimilar, really at the core.
Okay.
I was really interested to hear more about your out of work persona, and so I would love to hear more about that. Does he have
I try to keep that hidden as much as I can.
Do you really?
I oil paint a little bit. And
what?
Yeah. Stop it. Tell us more. This is what I want to. This is what the people want to know.
He's also ridiculously humble. So when he says he oil paints a little bit, it looks like he should be in a museum.
Nah, I oil paint a little bit. That's all I can tell you. What else is there to say about oil painting? There's nothing. It's not in-depth thing.
What kind of things do you like to paint?
There's only 3 categories of oil paintings. There's portraits, there's still lifes, and there's landscapes. And I've done a little bit of all, but so I'm very traditional in that. I'm not Picasso or anything like that. It's more like, traditional landscape.
Okay. I'm currently being shown a picture of
those are pipes.
One of Wendell's oil paintings, and he is being way too humble.
I mean,
I tried to tell you.
This is insanely good.
I just sent to Still Life. Those are some pipes. Wow. And then I smoke a pipe, turns out.
Although I have to say, of all the things that I've heard about you tonight that were surprising, you smoking a pipe is not one of them.
It's not one of them.
Yeah, you look kind of like, do you have like a smoking jacket?
I do have a smoking jacket.
Do you wear it with slippers?
I do have slippers, yeah.
Is it brocade?
No.
Oh, shoot. Embroidered?
No. So
this is so entertaining. Your dry sense of humor really comes through and shines. I like it a lot.
The oil painting is really not a big of a hobby. It's just how I deal with my rage.
Well, despite all my rage,
I am still just
a rat in a cage.
What about you, Eric? How do you subvert your rage?
I don't have a lot of rage. I play music for a living. It kind of it lets the rage go.
So, Eric, tell us about your career. What have you been into since leaving BC Rain?
Well, as I said, Wendell played music.
Yeah.
So I got him to show me some stuff, and I kept playing music, and we wrote songs together. And I went from BC Rain to South Alabama and got a degree in statistics. But during that time, music really started taking off for me, and I started realizing I could make the same money playing music as I could with what degree I would have. And I was like, I like this a whole lot better than statistics. And so I just lashed myself to the mast, and here we are all these years later.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever done.
Still playing music full-time?
Full-time, yep.
Touring?
I tour constantly, and then I'm also a songwriter, so a lot of people cut my songs as well. So
yeah. Wow. So where do you tour? Like, how far?
They're literally everywhere.
Wow.
Tokyo, Australia, Belgium.
And you never take Wendell with you?
I would. But Wendell's very creative. That's one thing that I don't think a lot of his coworkers would know, is that he's a exceptional songwriter. Like, I learned all my chops from him, and I'm a professional songwriter. So you know what I'm saying? Like he taught me, and then that's what I do for a living. Yeah. And
but he just says he doesn't play guitar.
Right. So Eric said that he played my guitar. He'd need a tetanus shot first.
Well, that's true. That doesn't mean you can't play it.
I changed strings in 2003, and that was.
Yeah.
Never played in the band, never been on an album. Last time we wrote anything together was probably 10 years ago now.
Yeah. So way back when we had the tape recorder in the middle of the living room with the red button and the black button.
Yeah.
That was when he kind of planted the seed in my brain of how much I love making music, because he and the next door neighbor were writing songs, and I was just trying to be a part of it as much as I could.
Yeah.
And as I went about my way, as I said, and went further into music and made it my career, I was in a band called The Ugly Stick, and we played all over the planet. And once that finally, when that band dissolved, I was going to do my first solo project. And I had a bunch of half songs written, and I knew he had a bunch of half songs written. So I called him. I was like, hey, why don't you just hand me your box of half songs, and I'll hand you mine, and then we'll sift through them, and then finish them, and we'll just call the album My Brother's Keepers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
And so my first solo album is 100% co-written 50-50 with him.
Wow.
Do you get a chance to go see your brother perform very often?
Not very often.
Okay, and when you do, what are you doing? Are you sitting in the back nursing a drink? Are you up in the front like fangirling?
Oh, no. Sit in the back and hope he doesn't bring me up.
Oh, okay.
This was my brother. This
or
one,
on stage?
on stage.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't want to be on the stage. I don't want to even be this topic of discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we've never had a musical guest on the show.
There's a first time for everything,
There
Paul.
is a first time for everything. And I feel like we're in the presence of royalty. This will be awesome.
I know.
So,
This is pretty cool.
Yeah. So, Eric, I understand you have something you want to share with us. We're excited.
Well, I have a lot of songs, so if you pick any of them, I feel like I should do one that I wrote with Wendell, since that's the point of it.
Perfect.
Yeah, and tell us, which parts did he write? The bad parts?
Yeah, all the bad parts. I wrote all the good parts.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Clicking up the sidewalk with your phone in your hand. Stop to check your heel by the newspaper stand. I'd like to think that I could be a part of your plan, but I know you stopped at the coffee shop on Jackson and 8th. Picked up a donut and a cafe au lait. You never had a reason to look over my way. I know I'm just a bird on a power line. I'm nothing to you, just another one of 100 or 2. I can't help watching everything you do, like a bird on a power line.
Yay!
Oh my God.
I'm legit crying over here. That was incredible. Thank you so much for playing for us. All right, so can I ask, what was the input from Wendell? What was the input from Eric?
So that one, I had the guitar lick, and I had the first verse and chorus, That's all I had. And then he finished the second verse. He did the bridge.
I just love getting this insight into this part of your life. It's really interesting.
I'm kind of speechless. This is a podcast and I just don't have much to say right this second. I'm absorbing all of this in. Like, I'm kind of blown away.
I know.
Yeah.
I was, you've heard Two Wrongs Don't Make It Right?
Yeah.
That was from that album as well.
Okay.
Brothers Keepers. That was actually our stepfather who passed away a few years ago. He kept having these, he was not in musical at all, but he would always have these ideas like, you should write a song called Let's Have Fun or something. It was real basic stuff. And he'd written all of it down and given it to us.
Binders. He would give me binders of stuff. I'd come off the road and it would just be stuff, and they were all just horrible ideas. I mean, he was the best. Like, I was so thankful that he cared enough, but he wrote down everything, like you were saying. You should write a song called The Sun, or you're like, oh, it's not an idea.
I decided it'd be nice if I used one of his ideas somewhere. We're writing this album. Let's at least find one in this stuff. So I'm going through all this stuff, and he had, okay, if 2 wrongs don't make it right, then what about 3 or 4 or 5?
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a country song.
I was like, okay, so I got that, and I figure out how are we gonna
what was his name?
gonna rhyme
Let's give him
that?
a shout out.
Leon,
what a name.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to Leon.
Yeah.
Do y'all hang out and do things other than music?
play board games. We were just talking about that.
Tell us some of the board games you play, because I'm a big board game girl and I'm trying to bring cribbage back and no one's on board.
Okay, so last time we got together, we played Unconscious Minds.
Amazing game.
Great game. It's very exciting.
I have a pen. I have a writing pen from the Sigmund Freud Museum. I'm in.
You're totally selling it.
Sounds fab. So how often do y'all get together and play
once
games?
a month or so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just the two of you?
It sounded like it was every day.
The two of us and our next door neighbors from when we were like 12 and 15.
The same guys that were sitting around the tape recorder with the red and black buttons.
This is awesome.
That's amazing.
What a great tradition.
Yeah. Where do y'all play?
Where?
Yeah.
At Eric's.
Yeah, we've moved around a few times, but
got like a game room kind of card table set up or something. Yeah. I got you.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried cribbage?
No.
Just something easy.
I'm loving it.
I'm really trying to bring it back, you guys. So
cribbage.
I have never played cribbage, but at your recommendation,
okay,
I'll look
great.
it up.
You know what I'm struck with, Wendell, is how do you have time to have, I mean, you're really busy. You work all the time. How do you fit all this stuff in?
I get a little bit obsessive and go down rabbit holes like the painting thing or the songwriting thing, and then trace that out and then move on to something else.
And how many kids have you got now?
3.
And I know one, Anna was telling us that one's applying for medical school, taking the MCAT. That's
Correct.
your oldest son?
That's my youngest son, and he's actually working in the clinic right now at the residency clinic.
Oh, yeah.
And then my oldest is a girl. She's 25, and she's an electrical engineer at Mercedes. Middle child is also an engineer. He's a construction engineer. He's in Birmingham right now.
So you've raised a family of brainiacs.
I guess you could say. I don't know. Sure. Yeah. They're brainiacs.
And tell us about your wife.
My wife is a PharmD, actually.
Okay.
And she's excellent. She's a great pharmacist.
All right. We have a tradition at the end of the show here where the previous week's guest has left a question for this week's guest. And after we get through with that, we're going to ask you guys to leave a question for next month's guest, and just kind of keep the chain going here. So the question that was left for you guys is, what was your first album you remember either owning or listening to when you were young, and or the first concert you went to? Right.
Because I think I had like a Phil Collins album or something.
That is not embarrassing.
I really liked Phil Collins back in the 80s. You got to remember the 80s were like, Phil Collins was super soft. It was, most of the guys were like listening to Metallica or worse. I had a friend that was really into like female pop stars. So he took me to Paula Abdul. He took me to Debbie Gibson.
Oh man, I'm so jealous. Electric Youth Tour? Come on.
I took Eric to MC Hammer. Actually.
Oh my gosh, you guys see Hammer?
Not just MC Hammer. It was Jodeci, Boyz II Men, and MC Hammer at the Mobile Civic Center.
Wow.
That's right, 1990 or so. Yeah.
I do remember as a very young child, we had a piece of furniture in the living room. It was like the size of a Buick, the big wooden thing with the record player in it. And we'd pull the records out. And I remember James Taylor's Greatest Hits and Jim Croce's Greatest Hits being in there. And I just... That's probably why I play acoustic guitar.
Yeah, I can see the influence.
And first concert, for a fact, was 84 or something like that. We were in Six Flags over Georgia and Atlanta, and the Pointer Sisters were playing. I do remember that.
Neutron Dance.
My first concert was the Neutron Dance. That's right.
Oh. Heck yes. This is great. So, guys, it's time for you to leave your question for next episode's guests. What would you like to ask them?
Since we talked about board games, I think we'll ask them what is their favorite tabletop game.
And which one of you would win?
Ooh, perfect. I like it. That's a little brother add-on if I've ever heard one.
Yes. We're going to find out.
Yeah. Next episode.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us here at Plus One. We've really enjoyed getting to know you, and I think our audience and our listeners are really going to enjoy getting to know you guys as brothers and friends and just amazing artists that you are. So we will get together next month with another great episode. Until then, Eric, you want to play us out? And I'm Paul Glisson.
I'm Jesse Kirk.
I'm Wendell Erdman.
And I'm Eric Erdman.
And this is Plus One.